नमस्कार, RK त्यागी गाजियाबाद NCR दिल्ली ओम सच्ची जनवानी चैनल पर आपका स्वागत है। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, वीडियो को शेयर लाइक कमेंट करें ताकि सभी रिटायर्ड साथी तक जाए। सब्सक्राइब करने से हमारी मदद होगी, आपका 1 सेकंड खर्च होगा। आइए इसी वीडियो को जो हमने धरने के संबंध में बताई, इंग्लिश वर्जन, क्योंकि लोग वाग कहते हैं इंग्लिश का भी बता दें तो इंग्लिश में भी, क्योंकि साउथ वगैरह के कुछ लोग हैं जो अगर हिंदी में दिक्कत होती है। फ्रॉम द डेस्क को RK त्यागी, retired, Central Bank of India, Ghaziabad, dated 29 September 24, friends, pensioners, working bankers. To my retired banker colleagues and working bankers, the issue of special allowance has become a significant matter today. It is closely linked to pension updation. If retirees post October 12 do not get a solution for the special allowance, then even after pension updation it will be like an ex gratia solution for them. In other words, there will be a negligible increase after the updation. This is why I often end up in disputes with many forums, groups, senior activists, senior bank retirees and UFBRO leaders, and these conflicts grow deeper. I have shared this with you many times. I believe that this issue should be resolved under pension updation. Although on all subjects my colleagues and I and my colleagues are in the High Court and the Supreme Court, and we place our faith there because these institutions have collectively caused us significant harm. These institutions, IBA, UFBRO and other unions. In this context, I participated in UFBRO protest sit-in and rally on 27 September 24. I noticed that while the leaders were giving detailed explanation and analysis about pension updation, no one was speaking a word about the special allowance issue. This angered me. I approached the stage and raised the issue. I approached nearest to the stage and raised the issue right after Mr. S.C. Jain, the convener, finished the address, and while he was still on stage, my issue was ignored. So I raised my voice and shouted out loudly, asking why they were not raising the special allowance issue now. I said this is an injustice to 75% of retirees who will only see an increase of 1,000 to 2,000 in their pension updates after pension updation. Justice will only be served with both special allowance and pension updation be sold. My voice was louder than their microphone, which disturbed them. I also raised the point that despite High Court judgment, they still have not raised the issue of gratuity recalculation. This caused some chaos on stage and around it. I was shown cards claiming the issue was listed, and they pointed to banner to prove it. I loudly retorted that it wasn't there in their minds, and that's why they were not speaking about it, as it would later be sidelined, as was evident from their behavior. The main organizer of the stage, Mr. Mitra Vasu, spoke out against me and my actions, stating that their priority is the mother of demands, pension updation, and that their other issue would be addressed later. He said that people like me are in too much of a hurry and that I had gone anywhere. I raised my hand and loudly said, I am still here and haven't run away. He asked me to stay until the end, and I assured him that I would not leave and would remain here up to last. His words against me hold no significance. However, after this incident, all the subsequent speakers gave importance to special allowance issue. Mr. Manmohan Gupta, working president of NOVW, specifically acknowledged that this issue affects working employees as well and that most people are suffering because of it. When I mentioned that 70 to 70% of retirees are affected, he asked post-October 12 retirees to raise their hands. Most hands went up and he agreed that it could be 80%. All the later speakers also addressed this issue. Even Mr. S.C. Jain, the convener, spoke on this topic in his concluding address. Afterwards, I met with Mr. Gupta, working president of NOVW, Mr. S.M. Deshpande, retired from Central Bank of India and president of AIBRF, and others to explain the matter as they were going to submit a memorandum to DFS in Delhi. However, while meeting them on stage, I had a heated argument with Mr. Mitra Basu, the state secretary of Delhi organizer and in charge of Dharna. There were hot exchanges in front of everyone, but other leaders claimed things down, calmed things down. I explained my point and he questioned why I had disturbed the program. I also caught Mr. J.P. Sharma there when he come from stage, who is vice president of AIBA, but he didn't talk to me because he know that he will talk on special allowance, which is done by AIBA, though he was talking at stage against the special allowance issue done by IBA and bank, and he said that we will with you, support you all the time on special allowance issue, and this is the creation of the IBA, though it is creation of IBA plus UFBU. But he didn't talk to me, and I am in Jaldi, I am going to meeting, and he didn't talk to me. Later that day, I received phone calls. The General Secretary of another retired organization expressed his anger and strongly criticized me. He said he was very annoyed and upset with my actions. I responded by asking why they had not raised the special allowance issue with Mr. Hossein Badlis, the convener, arranged in his meeting. While they had addressed other matters in the meeting, I asked to see their memorandum stating that every organization is public, their works are public, as he was telling that it was only personal and not a public, as he was implying. He continued to try to threaten me, but I had already shared the message in various groups and the threats persist. Though his this threatening calls and his action was failure to me, although our faith primarily lies in the courts, interaction, meetings, politics and organizations also have their own impact. That's it. Thanks and regards, your fellow companion R.K.Tyagi, Rajesh Kumar Tyagi, retired Central Bank of India, Ghaziabad. Thank you, sir. Namaste, R.K.Tyagi, Ghaziabad. Thanks.